I'm Aishwarya, SSI certified deep diver and a water baby. I spend considerable amount of time in the water, be it diving, snorkeling, or good old fashioned swimming. During my experiences, I felt that there is a scarcity of widely known reef safe sunscreens available in India. So I started researching a couple months back, and I felt like now I have enough data to document in a video. So I'm going to talk all about sunscreens, the importance of using reef safe sunscreens, and some sunscreen options that I have tested. Before we get started, let's talk about why do we need sunscreens. In today's day and age, I feel a lot of people are well aware about skincare and the numerous amount of ways sunscreen is useful. So if you are one of them, feel free to skip ahead to the next chapter. But if you're not, then you need to start now. So, sunscreen is an essential you should use in your daily routine, the way you brush your teeth. You should never step outside during daytime without an effective sunscreen. That is at least SPF 50. They protect you from skin cancer, hyperpigmentation, sunspots, and signs of aging like wrinkles. Indian skin is also more prone to hyperpigmentation caused by sun damage. So, if you aren't a big fan of an elaborate skincare routine, just keep it simple. Every morning, just cleanse your face, apply moisturizer, followed by an SPF 50 sunscreen. You could even go for a sunscreen that doubles as a moisturizer to keep it even more minimal. Just ensure that you apply sunscreen at least 10 to 15 minutes prior to sun exposure, even if you are not stepping out. Sun damage can occur even if you are sitting indoors and if you are keeping your windows open. Another tip is to check your weather app for UV index. If it is high, then you need to apply sunscreen without fail. And if you are outside for long hours or if you are sweating or swimming, then you need to reapply your sunscreen every 2 hours. Did you know that sunscreens are widely classified into two types? One, physical sunscreens, also known as mineral sunscreens. Two, chemical sunscreens that use chemical UV filters. So, physical sunscreens have mineral UV filters. That is, the UV protection is through inorganic or mineral oxides like zinc oxide or titanium dioxide. Think of them like a mirror. They work by creating a literal barrier on top of your skin that just repels the UVA and UVB rays. So, harmful UV rays don't really get absorbed by your skin. Chemical sunscreens, on the other hand, have chemical UV filters that contain organic, that is, carbon based active ingredients. How they work is by catalyzing a chemical reaction when exposed to the sun. This reaction transforms UV rays and then turns it into heat and throws them out. So, by this way as well, the UV rays don't get absorbed by your skin. So, as a sunscreen user, both of them are viable options. The major difference would be the cosmetic feel. Mineral sunscreens also tend to be a bit more expensive, may cause a white cast, or could take a longer to blend in, or could feel heavy on your skin for daily use, even though they are more effective. Chemical sunscreens combat the white cast problem and blend into your skin within seconds, and you have a better feeling on your skin. Lately, there have been studies on a few chemical filters being harmful for our health as well, but that's a story for another day. So, now that we have understood why we need sunscreen and the type of sunscreens, let's talk about reef safe sunscreens. Reef safe sunscreens are basically sunscreens that do not melt in the water and do not contain any such compounds that can cause coral bleaching and damage marine life. So there are a few harmful ingredients to look out for in sunscreen formulations that research has proven to cause coral bleaching. So what are these ingredients? So they are primarily certain chemical UV filters like oxybenzone, octinoxate, octocrylene, homosalate, PABA, and preservatives like parabens. Mineral sunscreens that contain nanoparticles or nano-sized titanium or zinc are also quite harmful for marine life. Now, how do you even know if it's nanoparticles or not? If it doesn't explicitly say micro-sized or non-nano, it can rub in easily, it's probably nano-sized. So if you're looking for a sunscreen for your beach vacation, just make sure that you check the ingredients list and ensure that none of these ingredients are present in the sunscreen. There are a few places like Hawaii, Aruba, and Florida where they have actually banned the use of these sunscreens that contain any of these ingredients. But until that happens in all the places, we have to be vigilant as humans to save our oceans. Okay, so I have obviously bombarded you with a ton of technical information. You must be thinking that's all good. So, how are we supposed to find the right sunscreen? To be honest, in India, it is quite difficult to find reef safe sunscreens. There are a couple of brands I found that do say they are reef safe or reef friendly or ocean friendly, but both times I have found that it's simply false claims and their ingredient lists did have non reef safe ingredients. So in India, there simply isn't enough regulations in place for such products. So all the more reason for us to read the label and ensure the credibility of what we use. There are countries like Australia that have very strict regulations for sunscreen. So I have asked my friends who have traveled there to get a tube of this Ocean Australia sunscreen. It is one of the best sunscreens I have ever used. It has kept me protected from sun damage in a lot of dive trips. And even after multiple dives, it stays put, but I do reapply it every 2 hours. But of course, it's not always possible to get sunscreen from abroad. So I started researching for accessible, water resistant, and reef safe sunscreens available in India. Like I said earlier, I spent a couple of months looking up sunscreen brands, going through their ingredients list mentioned on their website or product page. I put together an extensive Excel sheet with over 40 sunscreen products and from 21 brands and listed down if they have any of the harmful ingredients and their water resistance capability. After the process of elimination, I ordered 5 sunscreens which ticked my boxes, and then I started testing them for a couple of weeks. I tried swimming while wearing them and also exercise and household chores or simply going to the office and observed how well they fared. Next, I'm going to list down all of those options in the order of how well they worked for me. I will also link them below in the comments so that you can easily find them. Number one, La Shield Sports Sunscreen. So this one is widely recommended by the diving community and for good reason. It is SPF 50 and the MRP is 996 rupees for 80 grams. My first impressions. So it has a pretty thick cream like consistency. You need to blend it in for a good minute at least. But that's a good sign that it's not nano sized. It doesn't have any fragrance and it feels quite greasy on applying, even feels a bit sticky in your palms while applying it. But it goes away after a few minutes once it absorbs. If you even run it under the tap, you can see how water repellent it is. After a swim session with this, I found water just bounces off. It is very water resistant. Even after hours of sweating, it stays put. Overall, it's a great sunscreen for all water activities. Should last well for hour long dives, but it could be heavy for daily use for people with oily skin. I would recommend using it for active days with water contact or sweating. Product 2, Sunkey Mineral Sunscreen. This was a new find. I hadn't heard of this brand before, but I was also pleasantly surprised. It is also SPF 50 with MRP rupees 549 for 50 grams. First impressions, it's a lightweight cream, didn't feel heavy at all, no fragrance either. Took some time to blend in, which is good, means non nano. It does leave a very mild white cast, could be blended in more, but it's also very water resistant. After a swim, it did not sting my eyes, meaning it didn't run or melt. Held up quite well after a 30-minute swim, so thumbs up as well. It is also not very greasy. So if you have oily or acne prone skin, then you can try it out. It also says in the packaging that it's designed for acne prone skin. Product 3, Dr. Shades Mineral Sunscreen. I have heard a lot about this brand. They have a lot of other sunscreen formulations as well, but this was the only pure mineral sunscreen. So go for this. The other are hybrid or chemical sunscreens. This is also SPF 50. And it costs 699 rupees for 500 grams. This is also cream based. It looks very heavy but blends in well. There's some gritty texture initially while applying, but after blending it, it goes away. It could be because of the non-nano mineral filters, I'm not sure. After a swim, it did not sting my eyes and surprisingly held up very well. I did not expect it to be so water resistant. I had a good film of sunscreen even after a swim. A white layer was visible underwater on my skin, worked just like the Ocean Australia one. Product 4, Moody Sensi Soothe Mineral Fluid Sunscreen. This one I've seen a lot on Instagram. They also have a lot of other sunscreen products, but this was the only mineral sunscreen, so I got this. It also has a very unique and cute packaging. It's great to just slip in your sling bag. It's SPF 50 as well, and 550 ml cost 780 rupees. First impressions, the consistency is light and liquidy, almost feels like a lotion. It has a mild fragrance, but it didn't make me sneeze. It's water based and feels very cool when applied, so it could be great for hot sunny days, especially when you're reapplying outside. Almost no white cast and blends it quite easily due to its consistency. But post swim impressions, not at all water resistant. It started running off the moment I got beneath the shower before the swim, and I also had some mild tanning as well, since it pretty much ran off even before I got into the pool. It might be good for just sunny days as it's soothing on the skin, but I wouldn't recommend it for water based sweat inducing sports or activities. Product 5, it's a bonus. It's Foxtails, the Starlet Ultra Mattes SPF Plus Primer. So this is a tinted sunscreen with SPF 50 that I have been using even before I started researching. I'm almost at the bottom of this tube. Pretty much all my skincare products are from Foxtail. I use their matte sunscreen for daily use for more than a year. This is probably my 10th bottle of these. I have even used it while diving. Even though it is a chemical sunscreen, it doesn't have any of the harmful chemical filters, but it isn't water resistant. The tinted Starlet sunscreen, on the other hand, is water resistant and is a purely mineral sunscreen, but I don't really use it for water activities. The tint is a bit too much for me to use on a dive trip. I usually use it as a primer beneath makeup or like a CC cream to follow up with powder and light makeup. But if you like tinted sunscreens, you can definitely use this one on beach vacations. Product 6, Turtle and Snail Co. Hybrid Plant Based Sunscreen. So, this was a disappointment. It was one of the 5 sunscreens I had ordered after my research as it looked very promising. I have made a video ranting about this, I'll link it above. But long story short, they claimed to be reef safe. I saw the product on their website. It didn't have any of the harmful ingredients. But after receiving the product, the packaging had listed the harmful ingredients, which means they're selling the product with false claims and fake information. And now I'm stuck with this product that cost me 1,000 rupees, which I would never have. I would never really use it near the ocean, and never would have even bought it if they had not lied on their website. So yes, that's pretty much all I had to cover in this video. I would just like to highlight that I am in no way an expert on sunscreens, just trying to be an informed consumer and spread the knowledge that I acquire in this process. If you have any questions or suggestions, or you want me to cover more on this topic, please let me know in the comments below. And do like and subscribe if you like the videos that I'm putting out. It will give me the push to keep making more. Until the next one, goodbye. Hi there. Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Aishwarya, a certified SSI certified.